Hello everyone and welcome back to Queen Varieties channel. On today's episode you will learn how to make party fried rice recipe made with chicken and liver. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel to get instant notifications whenever I upload new videos. Feel free to share this video with your friends, loved ones and family members, or anybody you want to share it with. Thank you.
The very first thing we will be doing is to blend all the ingredients on my work surface. I have here is some spicy red peppers, some garlic and ginger, and some serrano chilies. I also have a combination of fresh rosemary and fresh basil. And so I'm going to add everything inside the blender and we are going to blend everything. Various combinations of dry spices, so I will go ahead and toss them in the blender. I will be leaving the names of the spices I use on the screen. You can see them right now on your screen. So I'll just pour in all the dry spices here. Feel free to use any dry spices of your choice. You can use what you can find and let go the ones you cannot find. 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil to enable the blending process in my blender. Blend all these ingredients. I'm going to transfer the washed chicken inside my pot. The species of chicken I'm using is a very hard chicken. That is what I recommend you should use for this fried rice recipe, because the stock is going to be very delicious. I'm using 2 packs of chicken. The next ingredient I'm going to add right now is 2 pair of knorr cube. You can feel free to use any cube of your choice. Also feel free to use any meat of your choice. You can use turkey, you can use beef or even goat meat. Add the blended ingredients that we added in the blender. So I'll add some dried bay leaves. Then I'm going to add some red bell peppers and some white and purple onions. And I used half of each of the ingredients here. I'll add it right now inside the pot. The final ingredient I will add right now is my salt. We'll now do the combining process after everything has been added. Already the pot smells so good. Yes, it smells really good. If you're a regular subscriber, you know I'm not going to add any drop of water inside this pot, so I will go forward and then cover this pot and allow it to cook for the first 5 to 10 good minutes before I introduce any liquid inside this pot. So we are going to allow all the spices to marinate itself inside the chicken before we introduce any drop of water into the pot. What we are going to do right now is to steam the kidney or the liver. And remember, because this is a black meat or a colorful meat, I don't want to cook it together with my chicken, because this is going to bring out a blackish liquid and I don't want it to change the color of the fried rice. That is why we are cooking it in a separate pot. So I'll go forward and then pour the meat inside the pot. And we're not going to do so much spicing. All we are going to add here is just half a cube, because naturally the liver has a very sweet flavor. Salt, that is all I will add here. Use some little quantity of water to rinse the blender so that little flavor from the blender will go into the meat, and then pour it into the pot. Stir it a little bit and we are going to cover it and cook it for at least 15 minutes to 20 minutes. So this is one of the ways you make your cooking process very easy. As you can see, I have 2 pots going on my heat at the same time, so both of them will almost get ready at the same point in time, and that will make the cooking process go very fast without wasting time. So let me show you what the chicken pot is looking at this point in time. Oh yes guys, this pot smells really good. Can you see the color of this chicken? I mean, it's really popping with flavors. It smells gorgeously delicious. My kitchen right now is incredibly amazing. I mean, amazing. Just take a good look at this pot, guys. Yes, our chicken has developed its own juice. That is it. So we are just 5 to 10 minutes in the cooking process. Quantity of water inside the pot. So the water added earlier on is not enough. I'll add more water. So don't be afraid that your chicken is going to be tasteless at this point in time. No guys, it's not going to be tasteless, because you have built the background flavor of the chicken, so it's going to withstand any quantity of water you add in the pot right now. So we are going to cover this pot now and cook it for extra 20 good minutes. The chicken is ready. I have transferred it into my oven tray and oiled the surface of the oven tray. So I'm going to transfer it into the oven to grill it for about 20 to 25 minutes or until the appearance is light browned. And here is the liver. I have taken my time to slice them into little bite sizes. So now we are going over to the preparation of the rice. What I have in the pot here is the stock that was derived from the cooking process. And guys, this stock smells incredibly amazing. What I ahead now and do is to toss in my curry powder and my turmeric. And I'm using 1 tablespoon measurement. So I'll pour it right into the pot so that it will help to develop the color of the fried rice recipe. I'm going to introduce my rice. And right now on your screen you can see the type of rice I am using. Just for some of you who have been asking me what kind of rice do I use for my rice recipes. Right now you can see the rice I am using. So I am using 10 good cups of rice, the standard cup measurement, the one we use for baking. And you must make sure you wash your rice until the water looks very clean, as in make the water resemble wetin you go just drain. So make sure you wash your rice super clean before you add it into the pot. That will help to prevent your rice from being sticky. As you can see, my rice is exactly the same spot where we have the liquid, and I don't want to add any more water to this rice, but we are going to use a kind of trick to prepare this rice. Can you guys see how the color is popping? Yes. And remember, this is a party fried rice recipe, so you wouldn't want your rice to be soggy. So don't be tempted to add water at this point in time. We are going to use the very lowest heat, as in the lowest heat, to cook this rice, so that this rice will marinate itself in this chicken stock. But if your chicken stock is little in quantity, go ahead and add more quantity of water to the stock, but make sure your water quantity is exactly the same spot where your rice is. That is the secret to making any kind of rice you want to make. Remember, we are using the same stock we used to cook chicken, so you have to be careful with salt. So I want to taste to see for salt. The taste is very nice, but I will just add a little quantity of salt because it will change later on. I have some oil preheating in my frying pan here, and it's about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. So I'm going to pour the liver because I want to stir fry it a little bit so that it will be tastier in this fried rice. So I'm going to fry the liver for about maybe 3 to 5 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes later, I've been frying on medium heat and the liver is ready. The liver or kidney, whichever one it is. So it's ready and it tastes incredibly very nice. So I'll just take it out of the heat and keep it until it's time to add it in the food. 8 to 10 minutes into the cooking process, the water looks like it is dry, but it's not yet dry. You can see that the rice has come at the surface of the pot. And you can also see that the color is looking gorgeously beautiful. Yes, so that is how you want the outcome of your rice to be. So what we are going to do is to stir this pot very well. You have to patiently cook this rice if you want to enjoy the best flavor from it. So I'll just foil it and then allow this pot to cook on its own. Use a towel and cover it, so make sure no heat escapes from here. Now we are going to cook this very well. 20 to 25 minutes process of grilling the chicken. This is the outcome of the chicken, and it tastes really nice, guys. It tastes really, all the flavors really penetrated into it. I've been eating it off camera since. 25 minutes to 30 minutes later, guys, and finally the rice is super ready. So cook for further minutes if your rice is not perfectly cooked, or in case maybe your quantity is more than what I have just made. As you can see it, whoa, can you guys see this? So this is the reason why we use a very little quantity of water to cook this rice. And can you see the color of this rice? So you see our rice is super bouncing. This is how you want your party fried rice to look once you have finished cooking it. You don't want that rice to be mushy. You want it to be bouncing in this method. So we are going to set this pot aside. You can even eat the rice like this without frying it. This rice is packed with flavors. I mean, flavorful. You can eat it like this with your chicken without going through the fried rice process. I guarantee you, if your rice is not delicious, then no, I'm not the one that have prepared it. So this is the stage where we have to combine the fried rice together. I'll be using virgin coconut oil for this recipe, just to intensify the flavor. Feel free to use any oil of your choice. So now my oil has melted. I will go ahead and add my onions, and this is white and purple onions. So we'll allow these onions to become translucent before we go over to the next step, and that should take about 2 minutes. At this stage, the onions is translucent and you can see it is bubbling. That's because we're using coconut oil. Now I'll add a combination of fresh basil and fresh rosemary, and also add green serrano chilies. I'm going to add the dry spices, the same spices we used the same time we were cooking the rice. That is the same thing I'm adding right now. On your screen you can see it. So I'll break half a cube of knorr inside the pot and then pour in the combination of spices. We'll stir this for at least 2 minutes for everything to intensify before we now go over to the next step. Exactly 2 minutes later, I'm now going to add my peas. I'll cook the green peas for at least 2 minutes before I add any other ingredients. 2 minutes later, guys, I will stir the pot, and the flavor right now and the aroma in the kitchen, guys, is so intense. Go ahead and then add my frozen mixed vegetables. I'm using seasoned mixed vegetables, guys, so use any vegetable of your choice. I will pour them right into the pot. So I will go for 3 good minutes. So 3 minutes later, guys, I am once again back to show you what is going on in the pot. As you can see, yes, the peas has really cooked down very well. Stage where we now have to incorporate all the fresh vegetables. Here I have the 3 colors of bell peppers, so I'm going to add it right now. I'm also going to introduce my corns. I will now incorporate the liver inside the pot. How the beautiful pot is looking with all the colors popping right now. Introduce some salt inside the pot. But be very careful of the quantity of salt you're adding because of your rice, Then I'll allow this to stir fry for only 1 minute because I don't want the bell peppers and the corn to overcook. Then we will now begin frying the rice. So it's been about 1 minute since I've been stir frying. What I will do now is scoop out some of the vegetables inside my plate because we are going to fry the rice in stages. So begin scooping the rice inside the pot. Just before I bring down my pot, I'll add a tablespoon of butter inside it to improve the shine of the rice and also the flavor of the rice. Combine the butter inside the rice so that the rice will come out more beautiful in appearance. I have completely mixed this rice very well with the butter inside the rice, so everything is perfectly ready. So please, when you have mixed everything, allow the rice to fry in the pot for at least 5 to 8 minutes because I've been frying now for almost 8 minutes, so that your flavors will come out very intense and the taste of the rice will be very dry and yet rich in the mouth. So I will cover this for only 3 minutes, just 3 minutes on a very low heat. 3 minutes later, guys, and finally we have come to the end of today's recipe. Thank you so much for joining me in today's episode. I really hope you have enjoyed today's recipe. Don't forget to pair this rice along with some coleslaw or any juice of your choice to have an extraordinary experience. Remember to share this video with your friends and family members or anybody you want to share it with, and please drop your comment for me in the comment section below. Feel free to give me feedback whenever you try this recipe.